This episode is exclusively sponsored by CanWe. Get clear on what you and your date are looking for faster. CanWe is your expert guide on your dating journey. Check out the CanWe app in Apple's App Store or on Google Play. Hi there, I'm Vincent Boss and I provide dating and self-improvement advice. And in today's podcast, we're going to be discussing Ex says we are never getting back together. Can I get my ex back? I provide audio coaching to help people try and get their ex back or get a new girlfriend or boyfriend. Check out my website for more details. www.dateme.tips. Please check your spam and junk folders if you are expecting an email from me. So now let's get back into today's podcast. And today we are discussing, Ex says we are never getting back together. Can I get my ex back? So if you have been through a breakup and want to try to get your ex back, it can be heartbreaking to hear your ex say that you are never getting back together. But is this true? Do they mean this forever? Can things change? In today's podcast, I'm going to discuss 3 things to consider when your ex says that you are never getting back together. So let's get straight into this. And number 1 is we speak in the moment. So what you must understand is that we speak in the moment. The way you speak today is how you feel today. It is not how you felt yesterday, and it is not how you will feel tomorrow. Similarly, your ex will behave in the same way. Every single one of us speaks in the moment. We live in the moment and our feelings are in the moment. So when you hear your ex say, we are never getting back together again, that is how they are feeling right now. Their level of romantic emotional attraction that they feel for you is very low. But that wasn't always the case. When you was both together in a loving relationship, you would have both felt a high level of romantic emotional attraction for one another. Now, for various potential reasons, this level of attraction has dropped for one or both people. Maybe you are the dumper and you have now changed your mind. Maybe you are the dumpee and you never wanted this relationship to end in the first place. Whatever your position, you have to understand that at one time, you both felt a high level of romantic emotional attraction for one another. And then at the time of a breakup, at least one of you felt a very low level of attraction for their partner. That is why the relationship ended. Now, since that point, since the breakup took place, lots of potential things may have happened and the levels of romantic emotional attraction would have ebbed and flowed. Like I said, you might have been the dumper. You might have been the person who lost attraction. Therefore, you ended the relationship. And now at this point, you have changed your mind because you've regrown romantic emotional attraction. You want to reconnect. And your ex has said to you, look, we're never going to get back together because at this point, they're now feeling a very low level of attraction towards you. Now, this could be the other way around. You could be the dumpee. And maybe you never wanted this relationship to end. The breakup took place. Your ex dumped you, they felt a very low level of attraction towards you, and now at this point you are still feeling like you want to reconnect, and unfortunately, they're still saying that they don't want to connect at this time. But at one point, you both felt a high level of romantic emotional attraction for one another. If you didn't, you wouldn't have been in a romantic relationship. So the fact that once happened and the fact that the feelings are now being explained as they are now shows change. It shows that things can change. When you both was together and very much in love, you would be shocked to consider that your partner would ever say to you, look, this relationship is over. I never want to be with you again. You would think that's inconceivable. You would think that is impossible. So if you can think about this, if you can understand that the difference between somebody feeling genuine love one moment and not feeling love the next moment showcases change is possible. It also shows that change can happen further along. Why does this mean it's forever now, if back then it wasn't forever? You and your ex felt a lot of love towards each other, then at some stage you didn't, and now one of you does and one of you doesn't. Okay, what is the next part of the chain? We don't know, and that's the situation you were in. We never know what the future holds. And although it's possible that your ex will never want to reconnect with you, it is also possible that in the future they will. And maybe at that point where they do want to reconnect, you don't want to reconnect anymore. We never know what the future holds, and all we can understand right now is that we speak in the moment, we live in the moment. And what your ex is saying right now are true feelings, but when they said they loved you in the past, they was also true feelings. And if both of these things can both be true, then surely you can see that moving further forward, we never know what may happen. Now look, there is no 100% guaranteed way to get your ex back, and not every dumpee will. Not every dumper will who changes their mind either. Unfortunately, we have to understand the truth. We have to live in the real world and see that sometimes exes do not reconnect. But also we have to understand that plenty of opportunities arise for exes to reconnect. There are lots of instances of where dumpers and dumpees reconnect in the future, and we have to see this as a possibility. It's not talking about false hope, it's the facts. It is true. Some people don't reconnect, and some people do. So although we can't guarantee you will get your ex back, what we can say is that it's certainly possible. And just because your ex has said at this moment, we'll never get him back together again, that doesn't mean they will feel this way in the future. Now, you can't be saying this to your ex. You can't be saying, look, in the future you'll change your mind, because this is not going to help your cause. And additionally, as I've said, we can't guarantee they will change their mind. But just in the back of your thoughts, just consider the fact that this is how they are feeling right now. It's not necessarily how they will feel in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year. You never know what the future holds. So although I don't want you to stand still, I don't want you to clock watch, I don't want you to wait for your ex, because we can't guarantee they will want to reconnect one day. What I do want you to do is to move forward with the comfort of knowing that just because they say they don't want to get back with you right now, it doesn't mean that they might not change their mind in the future. So now let's get into point number 2 and the second point of today's podcast about ex says we are never getting back together. And point number 2 is comparisons need to be made. When you are in a situation where your ex doesn't want to get back in a relationship with you, there is a strong possibility that they have not got into relationships since your breakup. There is a strong possibility that they haven't even dated since your breakup. And although this is something you don't want to consider your ex doing, this can be to your advantage. Because your best hope of getting your ex back is when your former partner realises that life and their future isn't as exciting or fulfilling as they may have hoped outside of your connection. And the best way for this to happen is for them to date new people, to live that life, to live that single life, to mix with new people, and to come to the conclusion that they wish they still had what they have now lost. Okay, this might have been their decision, maybe it was your decision, and now they've decided they want to live a single life. Whatever the position your ex is in, at this moment in time, they have said you are never getting back together again. And there will be more chance of their changing their mind if and when they mix with new people, date new people, and realise that your two's life together wasn't as bad as it seems right now. Now look, again, we have to be honest and understand that there is the possibility that they might meet somebody that they do get a genuine connection with. But this is unlikely to happen in the months, even up to a year or so after your breakup took place. Anything sooner than that is likely to be a rebound relationship that doesn't last very long at all. All feelings are mixed up, and I've discussed rebounds in plenty of other podcasts. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, ring the bell for notifications, and check out my content on rebound relationships if you want to understand them further. But for now, we have to concentrate on the point that if and when your ex meets somebody new, yes, there is a chance that they might connect with them in a very positive way, and they might move forward and get into something long-term with them. But the odds are that certainly within the first year after your breakup, that is not going to take place. The odds are that they are not going to connect in that way with anybody new. And therefore, if they meet somebody new, it's likely to ultimately be a disappointment. And this plays into your favour. If they have disappointment, they will be more likely to think back favourably at your time together, and hence they may change their mind about wanting to reconnect with you. Now, as I say, comparisons need to be made, and again, we have to be honest here. If you treated your former partner really badly, then there is a stronger chance they will meet somebody new and think, you know what, this is better than when I was with my ex. However, as long as you didn't treat your ex in a horrendous way, the likelihood is they will have positive memories of you. And if and when they realise that single life isn't going the way they hoped, when they realise that dating isn't as easy as they thought it would be. They would look back on your relationship with fonder memories, and they will understand that you two wasn't so bad together, and this might be the reason why they changed their mind. So now let's get into point number 3 and the final point of today's podcast about ex says we are never getting back together. Can I get my ex back? And point number 3 is negative feelings fade. So another advantage that somebody has in this situation when they want to get their ex back but their former partner is not interested at this time is something called the fading effect bias. This is something which really helps out a dumpee. This is something which really helps out a dumper who has now changed their mind, because the fading effect bias dictates that negative memories lose value sooner than positive memories. Negative feelings fade quicker than positive feelings. So this doesn't mean that your ex is going to forget any horrendous things that may have happened between you. But what it does mean is that the negative feelings they may have had will lose value over time. They will start to fade somewhat as time moves forward, and the positive memories will still shine brightly. Therefore, we call this the fading effect bias. As time moves forward, negative memories fade quicker, fade sooner than positive memories. And you as a dumpee or you as a dumper who has now changed your mind will have this to your advantage, as the more time that goes on, the more favourably your ex is likely to think back to your relationship. Now, if you behave in the wrong way, if you're somebody who is very needy, if you are somebody who is constantly texting your ex, begging, pleading, reasoning, these things are going to create a situation where your ex has a constant reminder of negativity. Your ex will have a constant reminder of your negative behaviour, your neediness, your desperation. All of these things are not going to help you. And they are constant. They are in the current moment. They are contemporary negative feelings, and hence they won't be fading. So the key is not to make things worse, not to do things to annoy your ex. Don't make things worse and allow things just to stay as they are. Make sure that you live a positive life and not a negative life. As long as you aren't constantly annoying your ex, bringing negativity to your ex, then this will mean that over time the fading effect bias will dilute the negative memories that your ex has of you as they look back. So the key is don't give them more negative memories in a contemporary sense. Okay, the breakup took place, whatever happened, happened. At the moment, your ex does not want to reconnect. But as you move forward into the future, there is every chance that they will remember you in a more positive light and increase the possibility of them changing their mind and wanting to get back with you in the future. If you believe that this podcast has helped you, then please consider buying me a coffee. The link to do so is in the description.
Yeah, if you miss your ex, we can help with that. Help you get him back, or we can help find you someone else. Yeah, Vincent, the relationship coach, giving you some insight, bringing you a new approach. DateMe.tips, go and check the site, giving you advice, helping with your love life. Get your ex back or move to the next. Ain't no sweat, you know Vincent got you. Finding love ain't no problem. Yeah, DateMe.tips, check it out now.